Greetings, this is Earthman from earthmansoil.com. God bless you this day, and I'm thank you for watching this video. This is a redo of a video I did earlier, and it's about the dangers of peat moss, and if you don't properly use it, what could happen in your garden. Peat moss is nice to have. It has the ability to make your soil a little bit fluffy, you know what I mean, not so dense, and also it also holds water well, and then it's got some trace minerals and other nutrients and things like that for your plants. So there's a lot of benefits of having peat moss in your garden and in your containers, but if you don't handle it properly, it will be not good. Number one, the reason why peat moss is not good for your soil if not handled properly, it's acidic. And acidity is not good for your plant. When I first started using peat moss, I was using a lot of it. I thought the more the better. But what happened is it was very acidic, and that kind of caused a nutrient lockout with my soil, and my plants suffered. If there's too much acidity in your soil, it's not good for your plant roots and for your microorganisms. And so what you want to do is you want to use oyster shell flour. I don't have that box here, but if you use oyster shell flour, what that'll do is that'll bring the pH up, not down, but it'll raise it up. And that's what you want when you have acidic soil, usually around 5 or lower. You want to bring it up. And if you add oyster shell flour to your peat moss, that'll bring the pH up to where you want it, and usually between 6 and 7 is a good pH level to shoot for most plants. So oyster shell flour does not lower the pH, but it raises the pH of the soil and the peat moss that's very acidic. All right, the second reason why peat moss, if handled improperly, will not be good for your plants and garden is because if you don't use a soil wetting agent, what will happen is when you wet peat moss and then it dries out, and then when you go to wet it again, it will repel water, and it's a big mess. And then you got to almost like start from scratch sometimes. So what you want to do is you want to use a wetting agent. Now some people use Dawn dish soap and other soaps, dish soaps and detergents and stuff like that. The two best things I like to use, one is not here in the picture, is Dr. Bronner's unscented baby soap. That's really good. And the other one I prefer over that is yucca extract, which works really good as a wetting agent, and it has so many other different type of contributions that it will give to your plant and soil, and that's something you can check out my other videos about. So number one, it's acidic. How do you deal with that? Lime or oyster shell flour, which is better. Watch my video to see why I like oyster shell flour. And then you want to hit it with a wetting agent. I like yucca extract, but there are other wetting agents on the market you can use. So this right here is what I like to do with all my soil and peat moss when I get it ready to make whatever seed starter or for potted plants in my garden, is I like to inoculate it with beneficial microbes and bacteria. And I also put in there different biostimulants such as humic acid, fulvic acid, amino acids, and different plant hormones such as seaweed extract and stuff like that. So those are just a few hints for you. I hope this video was helpful, and God bless you. I'm sorry about the last video about misspoken, but this should correct it. May God bless you.